Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2 Early Access Edition, and last time, if you didn't check it out, well, first of all, definitely do, because, well, spoiler alert, we saw some pretty crazy stuff, including the new rival Prometheus fight, which was very unexpected how that played out, and it was quite a roller coaster ride, and yet we somehow still found a way to emerge victorious for what I believe was our highest fear run on the surface, and was even enough for us to accidentally attack Skelly. No, to get the first of the statues unlocked.
She sure looks strong.
Ain't she a beaut?
It's a little bit odd, given how that is, I believe, a statue of us. But as for what we have planned this time round, it does mean that we've now unlocked the last of the rival fight options. So, Super Kronos and Super Typhon, which could be absolutely crazy. I'm a little fearful of it going that route, but I actually think there are a few things we may want to do in addition to that. One of which is that we have yet to do a single successful run with any aspect on the axe. Now, this is not entirely a coincidence, because I've generally avoided this whenever possible, because I'm not a big fan of it. However, we did have at least one or two chaos trials with the other aspects that seemed to suggest maybe there are some better ways, or at least ways that I prefer to play the axe rather than just using the base aspect of Monui, although we didn't even upgrade this, so maybe getting more attack power and max life is the answer. But the aspect of Charon really intrigues me. I remember that seemed a lot of fun, and also I have a creeping suspicion that because this is an aspect named after someone who we could very well encounter in a run, and that has at least on one prior occasion been how we've unlocked one of the hidden aspects, I think it was for the staff, maybe that's how we'll see the hidden axe aspect get revealed. Speaking of which, I think we also did just get, in our previous run, the materials we needed to actually start using the hidden aspect of the blades, but we just used the blades last time around, so we'll probably hold off on that for the time being. However, we only have level 1 aspect of Charon at the moment, and although we don't have a crazy amount of Nightmare, and I'm a little hesitant to invest in what is still my least favorite weapon variety, there's maybe something to be said for upgrading it a little bit. So its thing is that you do this, and then you do a charge special, and it sets off a series of explosions, which, at least in a small area, can potentially destroy all the enemies in the entire room. So that's why making the area of effect and the damage a little bit bigger does intrigue me. Now, 5% may not be enough to be that much of a difference maker.
Zorafet, reveal your secrets.
But if we were to do it one more time,
Awaken.
probably the extent to which I would like to do it. Although, let's just test real quick. Can we tell how much bigger that is? Honestly, it's a little hard to know without seeing them one right after the other. Sure, we'll do one more. I was kind of expecting the cost to go up to, yeah, 2 Nightmare per upgrade, which is in part why I felt a little bit more willing to go that route. But yeah, especially in smaller areas, I think that could be really effective. And that's with no boons. Just right off the bat, we have access to that. Does, of course, mean we're relying pretty heavily on our magic, so that might influence how we want to build things out here. We do have the option of taking the silver wheel, which honestly we might have taken it once for a chaos trial, but otherwise we've never used it. So this, you could make the case for taking something like that, although I think we'll at least start with the gold purse, as we often do. And I think for this one, given how, as I said, the axe is my least favorite weapon, we've had the least success with it, and the least experience with it, I do not think this is the time for us to be pushing the limits in terms of fear, nor is it probably the best time for us to be amping up all the way to the last rival fight. So I think instead, we're gonna make this, in theory at least, as easy as possible so that we can at least check this one off the list, because I think there may be some plot-related things that have not yet happened just because we have yet to finish an axe run. So for that reason, I'm going to go no fear. Of course, that means there's no way for us to get any bonus nightmare from this run, but so be it. And then I think we'll probably go down as well, because that is definitely easier than it is to go up, I think. I'm also intrigued by, if I can find where Golly is, there you are, potentially upgrading you further. Because Golly has been quite good for us. I just want to double check what we can improve here. I mean, going from 4 to 5% dodge chance is actually pretty significant. More likely to find Flora, less interested in that. Yeah, it's the dodge chance that intrigues me.
Always does the trick.
I mean, 5% dodge chance, that's... There's a Hermes boon that gives dodge chance, a flat dodge chance like that. I don't remember what the common rarity version gives. Is it 10%? Might not even be that high. So this could be close to the equivalent of a Hermes boon. I'm pretty tempted to do one more of those.
Thank you for being
And
here.
upgrade the same thing if we still can, and we can. Now, 6% dodge chance. Oh! Hold on. What was that all about? So we obviously have confirmed that you can upgrade...
This wasn't on the list before.
Oh. Wait, what? That certainly was. What are you referring to? This. Gain all familiar bonds for any animal familiar. And you get a bunch of ambrosia. Okay, so yeah, you can upgrade the same category of stat multiple times on a given familiar. Don't know what the max is. Maybe we just hit it for that one stat, but obviously there are several more that we can upgrade as well. At first I had preferred Tula because the extra Death Defiance, although we later saw that that Death Defiance only gives something like 10 life, so it's not nearly as good as your typical Death Defiances. It is nice to get the free fishing opportunities, because otherwise there is always the chance you're going to mess up that minigame. I don't even remember what you do, to be honest. One moment. Maximum magic? Oh, and occasionally gives magic restoration or healing. Okay, so there's some defensive stuff there as well. I do think Golly is actually the best defensively, which is why I just upgraded her. Not just that passive dodge chance, but the block as well, I think has been doing really good work for us. Then Rocky with a crit chance. I think that is upgradable. Yeah, I think that was originally 1%. Now we upgraded that to 2. So offensively, that's probably the best. It certainly has to be the best, right? And especially if you're doing other things that can make you get even more crit chance stuff. And then Freenos exists. Which is, you know, probably fair. That, given how Freenos is the first of all the familiars, that it's generally not going to be the strongest option for you to take him, but... I mean, I don't even remember what you get from upgrading him. It's been a little while, but yeah, I think all that is to say, Golly, I think, is the front runner for me now, and that's in part why we've just been pretty much throwing her on for every run. So here we go.
I was born for this.
I think we want big casts. Some really powerful casts. I don't know if technically damage is best or if area of effect is best, so we can truly clear out, or at least hit everything in the room once. An early Hermes.
Never mean to slow you down, especially as you get started for the night. So you go on and pick something, and then get out of there.
He does have some stuff that can be really good early on. Dash more frequently. Attack, special, and cast are 15% faster. Oh, we have to do this. Quick buck in the very first room. Any gold you gain is worth more for the rest of the run, and we receive some right now. So we have the maximum amount of time to benefit from that. This could also be really good, because of course the main weakness of the axe, the main reason why I don't like it very much is because it's so slow. So compensating for that a bit would be really helpful, but I still think it's,
More whispers.
can't pass on this. Unfortunately, it seems as though the damage and area of effect is big enough on this weapon. Did our aspect upgrade affect just the base attack area of effect? Because this seems huge. I think it did. I had assumed that was only with the cast plus charge special combo, but it actually might have been this that got improved. So even if we're slow, if we can hit enemies from far enough away, so we're at less risk of getting hit. Not setting in. It still counts. Okay, that works. Hold on. Oh, see, like that was a wasted block because, again, we're just so slow. And also that wasn't exactly the way that I had intended to engage that enemy. And we are not taking the bonus bones weapon, so it's good that we get at least a little bit of stuff going on there. Okay, then fishing.
The hunt begins.
The hunt indeed. Ooh, quick one.
That's a figment.
Almost caught me off guard there. Now, it is tempting to just take any and every gold opportunity that we get because it's worth more than it would usually be. However, you could also make the case that we're going to be able to purchase the same amount of stuff we would usually be able to purchase without needing to target that stuff because we're getting all the bonus gold. And it's really hard to turn down Selene. Yes, sure, early on, oftentimes it's not great. Okay, it's not the best aim. It's not great early on. Oh, that's really unfortunate. The enemy was dead, but it still had projectiles aimed at us as we were finishing that animation. So again, Golly doing work for us with the blocks. Wish we didn't have to use them there, though.
Cerberus, the Hound of Hell, as well as the Titan of Foresight and his ally, in spite of how the vow of rivals filled them with such might. I fear, however, that the vow's full power shall be near impossible to overcome.
I fear that as well, and if I'm not mistaken, I deactivated that stuff, although it might be worth double checking. One moment. I think it would have shown us on this page here, right? I think we're good. This was not supposed to be a fear run. This is supposed to be a coasting run. Now, of course, we've had trouble in the past when we've tried to do that type of thing, and especially with the axe. Things have been tricky in the past. Let's see. Your Hex launches a seeking projectile that inflicts morph. Raises the last susceptible foe. We saw this before with the duo boon, and it was incredible, at least once it got heavily upgraded. And then we've taken this a bazillion times, and it is very nice for a burst of damage. I feel like this... And we are going to spend a whole lot of magic, given how we're very consistently using that charge special. I feel like this could be a better fit for us, since it gives one other target for the enemies to go after, so that we can more safely do our whole setup, because our combo takes some time to use, and that has already caused us to... Usually would have caused us to take damage, but Golly has instead tanked it with the blocks. Yeah, so we've already seen wasn't necessarily enough damage to okay, nice. Wasn't necessarily also hard to tell which one was ours and which one was not. And I already lost my train of thought. Okay, hold on. Take this. More magic, that is helpful. Let's see here. Heal after 4 encounters, I think we're okay there. Cast does more damage, which I think would work with the combo we're using for this aspect. Charge moves deal more damage. I think that might work as well. And as I was saying, given how we got the bonus gold, maybe we can get super aggressive here. Now, is this really necessary on this floor? Maybe not. That's 75 gold. Maybe we're better off saving it. Let's go here. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember what the, that was pretty sweet. Which god or goddess we combined with in order to get the duo boon on this specific hex. I think it was Hera, but I could definitely be wrong about that. Really hoping that was gonna hit you too. Okay. And we've
Reagent
been
over
trying to pick up more of the
Good
nectar,
job.
use the nectar more aggressively as of late, so that's not so bad. Now, this is interesting. This is not the penultimate room, so we will still see another shop on this floor. Given how we passed on the mini shop before, maybe that means we can more easily load up on everything from this shop and everything from the next shop as well. This is obviously free. It is a mini boss. It's Aphrodite. Now, I'm a little conflicted on that because in the past, Aphrodite has been one of, if not our favorite, boon-giving god or goddess because she has the highest pure damage on her upgrades. However, it requires that you be close range, which I don't know is going to be the case very often with the long-range axe attacks, and especially with this, I kind of doubt that that would work. So I feel like we might actually want to skip Aphrodite altogether on this run and look for Apollo. I think has either the next best, or his damage is still pretty high and he has increased area of effect as his ability, his sort of secondary ability, which I think could be really good. Well, actually, I guess Apollo cast would be best, because that's the thing that's really propagating, or special, because that's what we're using with the charged version. So yeah, we're not very attack oriented on this run. I think we're going here. I think we are. But all this is to say, we're gonna have to build this run a little bit differently than we usually would. Here is Apollo, so I am excited about that. So yeah, I think high rarity Apollo cast might be the best for us. And if we see one and it's common rarity, remember, that may not be a bad thing, because we could then potentially improve it using the Narcissus keepsake and guarantee that we get a really high rarity roll on it
Olympus, I accept
retroactively. It's a base special, it's a rare cast. So these are the two things we would be interested in. I don't know how much the area of effect, well, with the big combo from this aspect, I don't know which one of these is more important. I feel like it is the cast, especially when it comes to the area of effect. So yes, we're still getting the extra area of effect, but as we were saying in our previous run, and perhaps on a few runs before that as well, rare is sort of this awkward in between, where sure, it's better than common, but it's not that much better, and it's no longer upgradable using that Narcissus keepsake. So in some ways, it's almost preferable to have the common rarity. So maybe we do take this. We have the option of rarifying it later on, and then if we see cast boon showing up from Apollo later, and it's also common rarity, it's a 50-50 which one gets upgraded. Or if it's better than rare, then great, we'll just take it and keep it that way.
the might of Olympus.
Okay, so then I think I will still pass on these bones, because I know we got some extra monies, but at the same time, we've had some runs where we've had multiple sources of amazing gold generation, and then we could truly buy any and everything. We only have one of those sources right now, so we might not quite be at that point yet. But here's more Apollo.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
Oh, I didn't charge it up all the way, and then the cast expired, which stinks. Okay, we blocked it, and then we also got rid of your armor, which is really nice. Don't like that we had to use a block when it was probably not necessarily, it was avoidable. We didn't have to. I wanted to be on the other side of that enemy, but we still got rid of them very quickly. Now, this is a high rarity Apollo boon, which is why I went for it, because we may be able to get that nice cast boon from him. However, if truly Hera is the one who has the duo boon on this hex, then we do want to make a point of taking Hera, and that was who we passed up in order to get this, so attack, cast, same rarity. Okay, I think now we're just going to have to settle for this. This is the same rarity we saw on the previous room as well. This is higher rarity, yes, but as I was saying, I think special and casts are the highest priorities. So getting them early would be nice if we can upgrade one of them with the palm. I think we'd prioritize cast. Ooh.
I release you.
What do we think about chaos? it will almost certainly still be active for the Hecate fight, which is a normal Hecate fight. It's been a while since we fought just base Hecate. So I'd like to believe we can deal with that. I think this is cast we're going for. Let's see how much the upgrade changes things. This is a flat damage boost, whereas this is a percentage damage boost, so technically the math works a little bit differently. Not sure what that means in terms of which is better. I think we'll still go with this. I feel like if we have to choose, the cast is more important, because that's the one that gets propagated multiple times. Okay, so we will do this, and it's an easier choice because neither of these rewards are all that exciting. Yes, I know I said we want some bones, because they're a little bit harder to come by without the bonus bones, but still. I do see that fishing spot. Let's see if there's anything else.
Here, little fish. To me.
There we go.
This is a Marty.
A Marty. I think we've got one of those before, even though it sounded like Maloney was implying that we hadn't. The tone of voice, at least.
I was unable to detect you for some time, but then the Earth itself shuddered, as though an object of very substantial size fell from considerable height. That must have been the being you called Typhon. Did you cause him to fall? Do not respond.
Asks you a question. Do not respond. Also, I wasn't sure where you were going with that at the beginning there. Okay, let's see. Every time we attack, we take damage. This is almost always an immediate no-go, except potentially on this occasion when we already have special and cast boons and our whole build is based around special and cast, and as I was saying, our attack isn't as important as it would usually be. Limited to common blessings, afterward we use less and then the charged up from our channel moves being 18% faster. That is really useful. I wish it was a higher number than that. But that means our combo, we can do it more quickly and efficiently and be less likely to take damage in the process, which has already happened to us several times. This might have a higher upside with extra special damage. Problem is, taking damage every time we cast is a problem. So, I mean, we could potentially just say we're going to tank the damage. We're going to accept the fact that we're going to get hurt in the process, but maybe it means that if we can do large enough chunks of damage, we can take down Hecate fairly quickly, heal off most of that damage in the fountain after that fight, and then it's, at that point, there aren't that many encounters left, so it's the worst in terms of the downside, but it is the best in terms of the upside, so it's a little tricky. This one, I don't love the prospect of adding even more common blessings, because I am very much hoping that we can upgrade you with the Narcissus keepsake, and as soon as we get additional common blessings, then we no longer know which one is going to be rarefied. So I think this is kind of the safer middle ground, which is strange to say, given what it is. I need to remember also not to press the attack button, which is easier said than done. See, it helps a lot when you can do that. Room with the eye almost didn't attack there. Room with a lot of enemies in it. Oh, I didn't realize that was an enemy there. Not really sure this is the best enemy for us to be summoning, but we'll do it anyway. I'm just a little concerned because the problem is when we run out of magic, suddenly we can no longer do the combo. There we go.
It's done.
Okay, so that is the tricky situation we can find ourselves in. I mean, we have to, right? There are some pretty humongous improvements I think we can make here. Not that I necessarily have a specific one in mind, but just knowing how big hammer upgrades have been in the past. Save the magic if possible here. Just in case this is not the last wave. These guys do go down to a single hit. I suppose we could do this. Oh yeah, see there's the confirmation. Was not the last one. And we summon one of those guys. Much better. That almost hit us immediately. Get him. There we are. Okay. And we're getting pretty close to that Chaos Boon evolving already, though I'm fairly certain it's going to be active for the Hecate fight. Okay, so we're looking for special strikes farther ahead and deals more damage. That could be huge, especially if that means that the casts propagate even more with our special combo.
The mighty Moonstone Axe.
Okay, let's see here. We don't need the healing, no. Next boon has upgraded rarity. We take 10% less damage. This is kind of tempting. We don't need this now. I mean, you could potentially make the case for this. It means, obviously, the Hecate fight would be easier. Just double check. Okay, this is... Oh! This is the penultimate room we're about to go into. Okay, so if we were to spend 70 here, we'd still be a little over 400, which means we should be able to buy everything in the next shop, and very likely we'll immediately receive that extra rarity on the boon. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. And the extra magic wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because oftentimes we've found when we're using... Well, it's not often we are needing a ton of magic. Sometimes we're spending magic to accelerate using our Hex, but Hex is secondary at this point. It's the actual charged attacks themselves that are especially key. Okay, so we're gonna skip this, of course. Poseidon is kinda interesting. I think an attack boon might be best from him. Let's do this for... Well, technically, we only have... I don't think this can be upgraded, so I think we only have 2 upgradable boons, so it actually doesn't matter what sequence we do them in. Let's do this first, then, in that case. Should be higher rarity. It's only rare on the attack, though. That stinks, because that's probably the one I would have been most interested in. Surrounding foes with a powerful splash as they are about to strike, but we prime magic. Can't really afford to prime stuff right now. Your charge cast gains power and knocks foes away. Doesn't this count as... Hold on. Cast erupts like a stronger charge cast if struck by your charge special. So I think that means this would affect our combo in potentially an amazing way. 250 damage could be insane. And the knockaway effect, it helps us a bit defensively if it doesn't one-shot those enemies. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice for us. And then we can do this. That's a Charon card already. And flat 50 damage there. 20% here. It's actually pretty darn close to being the same. Technically this would be... Oh, no, but that's... specials. This is cast. This is base cast and the exploding super cast. This is only the exploding super cast. Number here is higher, of course. This has already been upgraded once, although I think we're still probably going here. It's a little bit safer. Okay, then we're gonna pass on this because we don't need it. This should be normal Hecate, I'm fairly sure. Remember, do not use the attack button. That is the key.
Welcome.
I'm sure I'll be distracted at some point and accidentally press it.
Decided to take a break from all your recent outings to the surface, have you now?
Was it only one? I mean, we did one last time, of course, but did we do a few in a row? I don't remember. It's more so a break from crazy fear effects.
There's much to be done, both above and below. You always say the greatest teacher is out there, but I always seem to find her here.
Oh.
I taught you nothing of such flattery. One of Odysseus's tricks, perhaps. Let's see what others you have learned.
She's like, you're not gonna butter me up. Okay, here we go.
Flames awaken.
Not sure. Okay, we did resist that. I was gonna say, I'm not sure what the best positioning is. for using this for single target purposes. That wasn't the real Hecate anyway, nor was that. Not used to this normal Hecate stuff. Oh, I walked straight into that. Which one is this? Oh, this is you shooting a bazillion projectiles, and then, oh, okay. I was very close. Very, very close to attacking that enemy. It's like, oh, it's just the basic enemies. And then I... Ooh, okay. That was a little bit fortunate. Fake. Not fake. Probably should have dropped the cast first. And we should do this.
Hold nothing back.
Get her! Ideally, you know, hit the target. The cast only does damage with the initial hit, right? Oh, did not give me the visual the first time. Again? Okay. So yeah, it's not amazing, as is the case for many casts at the beginning. I just walked straight into that one too. Okay, now we're gonna transform.
The curse of night.
One moment, please. I'm feeling a little bit sheepish. Oh, and remember, once again, not honestly overkill, but just for the sake of expediting this process a little bit. So this. I did indeed bring a friend. Yeah, I wanted to save a little bit of the magic for this, because now we're out. But I'm not really sure she gets stronger. Can we summon two at a time? No, it just replaces the old one. And our little friend took her out. Okay. Not so bad. We took a little bit of damage, but we'll definitely heal it off, so no worries there.
Victory.
Get this.
I see a shade in need.
Oh, thank you.
Be not afraid. See you in the crossroads.
So, at least past the first test, and I feel like we have a decent setup here, and once this Chaos Boon evolves... Wait, what is the upside of this one again? This is the charge moves go faster. Yeah, that'll be convenient at least, and I think defensively more than anything it'll help. Oh? Is that so? No. And then he just runs away. He just runs away. Okay, so... typically, this would be the floor when we would break out the moonbeam so that we can upgrade our hex as quickly as possible. However, it may make sense for us to do this first while we have only one common rarity boon, so we can basically guarantee that it's going to become an epic. Or if we do 5 encounters first, then I think it will upgrade to the point where it becomes a heroic rarity boon, which means that's a big deal. And that would be our special, right? So, should still be helpful. Again, I think the cast would have been even better still, but didn't quite work out that way. Let's do this. Then Moonbeam very likely will be what we go for on the next floor. Let's see what we have here. Restore life, attack and special deals more damage while not empowered by boons. That is currently the case for our attack, but we also take damage for one more room while we use our attack, so not that interested. This would be a very good time for a Chaos Gate, though. Let's do it. I thought there was one other... yeah, okay, one other item it was pointing us to.
Onward.
So technically our first Chaos Boon has yet to evolve. That much is true. However... oh!
Chaos, right.
Well, that's a silly way to take damage. Right as you're saying, well, technically our first Chaos Boon hasn't evolved yet. It wasn't even a golden urn either. But easy to pass on that.
Chaos seeks me.
At least we don't take damage going in here. In fact, we heal off the damage that we took. So, it's fine, okay? On net, we didn't take any damage. Ooh, this is really
Some
nice, though.
darkness.
And so is this. In fact, that might mean we now have enough for, I think it's the aspect of Nyx, which I think is a black coat weapon. One of the few non-hidden aspects that we had yet to be able to use. So I was hoping we'd get the chance to do it soon, and maybe that could be in line for a future run now.
By the will of chaos.
Let's see what we have here. Next 3 boons limited to common. Not a good time to do that. If we could just get to Fountain first, that'd be great, but not right now. Next 2 boons, you find 1 fewer option to choose from. Afterward, we gain a lot of max life. Next 3 encounters, we have 20 less life. Afterward, we gain a lot of magic. Usually, I think I would go this route. Upside, I think, is probably the best. Downside is unfortunate, but technically still manageable. Downside here looks bad, but I think we can handle it for a little while. And then the upside, it's a smaller number, and it's 4 magic. So typically I would say, oh, take this. But as I was saying before, at least until we get a magic restoration boon, getting a lot of magic is pretty important for us. So you could legitimately make the case for this. I think this is just so much life. If they were the same amount, I would probably take the magic, but it's such a huge amount of life that it's really hard to say no to that. And then this would be a little bit more life. This would be a little bit more magic. We do have a lot of magic. Did we purchase one of the bonus magic upgrades? I don't remember. Oh, the other thing that we could have done, which now we aren't really going to have time to do, would have been take the keepsake, I believe from Hecate, that gives us the extra maximum magic. But we basically ended up taking this one instead. So I think that may still... Oh, there was a golden urn there that I just saw in the corner of my eye as we were dropping out. Okay, so this is the last room with the first
Stay where you are.
Chaos boon downside. Oh, last enemy, and then he blocked all that. I did not appreciate that. Okay, you were the last enemy.
All done.
Okay, so now we channel our charge moves 18% faster. Again, I wish the number was just a little bit higher, because I'm not sure how noticeable that's really going to be. But we no longer take damage from using attacks, which is also nice.
Some seeds.
This little bit more magic there, which makes up for a tiny bit how we opted not to go the bonus magic route from that chaos room. Okay, we've passed on Narcissus so many times as of late. I feel like we need to go there. And this is, again, a run that, technically speaking, we made a little bit easier on ourselves, so maybe we have a little more margin to take these kinds of risks. Maybe I've just been underselling Narcissus for a while now.
Still remember how you used to look. Just miss you, man.
Limestone.
And we do have a lot of that.
Golly, fetch.
And that. And then... I forget, have we seen Narcissus's actual art? Because he had placeholder art for a long time. Is this the first time we're seeing the real Narcissus? Yeah, we've seen this, I think.
I've started thinking maybe that these waters aren't going to clear up after all. I even checked a different spot, and sure enough, same thing.
Same thing.
Forget the waters for a moment. Something's going on with you. Though whether you've done this to yourself or someone else has, I can't say. Have you been clinging to feelings of guilt, resentment, that sort of thing?
No way. I have never been better. Except when the waters were clear. I have never experienced feelings of guilt or resentment in my life. Unless you mean, well,
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, let's see. You receive a mystery boon and a mystery seed. We get silver, which... Oh, I really like this music. Wow, I don't remember this. Well, as for the game, Sorry, I had to appreciate it for a little bit there. The rewards, this was the main reason why we had passed on Narcissus several times before. So these rewards, at least relative to some of the other bonus NPC areas, just seem like they aren't quite up to par. Because a lot of them are more about crafting resources, like the mystery seeds, the silver, which I don't really think we need. There are still a few weapon aspects that I think need it for upgrades, although we might have enough to do those. We just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. The extra gold, we would get the bonus there, so it's a little bit better than usual for that reason. We don't need the healing. The ashes, we also definitely don't need. Still think the mystery boon might be the play here. Technically, mystery boons cost 125, and this would be 130 gold, so if you really want to nitpick, this is still worth more, but I think I'm going to do this nonetheless.
Seeds.
Let's get to work.
Festus.
You wouldn't know it, Witchy, but I'm mad this evening. Nothing you did, mind. Fortunately, when I'm mad, I do good work. The best damn work, if I say so myself.
Oh? Well, that's blocked out. I mean, I was just thinking, usually the Hephaestus, Zeus, and Ares boons, those tend to be the ones that give a big burst of damage. It either has a cooldown or takes a while before it applies. So, very similar. And that tends to work best, I think, with the slower, harder hitting weapons like what we are currently using. It's one of the and we don't usually take those types of weapons, which is one of the reasons why we don't usually lean toward Zeus and Apollo and Hephaestus, or rather, Ares and Hephaestus. But now that we are, perhaps it is more meaningful. Granted, this is the one that is blocked. Enter location. We have 20 armor, but we prime 30 magic. Don't really want to be priming here. Your weapon deals more damage. Based on 20% of your armor, you gain some now. I really don't like these options. We haven't used a reroll yet. I am wondering if we ought to use one here. Obviously, we're still not going to be able to use this one, but I think we do it.
Worth the risk.
Okay. This would be a magic restoration boon. We get damage on the dash. I think we might do this. I don't love this. It gives a ton of magic. It might be the best in terms of immediate quantity of magic. It just requires that you get hit, and that's, generally not something you want to be doing all that often.
Fine work as always.
Okay. Ooh. Mini-boss Aphrodite. Now, we had said previously that, much like what I was just saying is the reason why we might want the likes of Hephaestus on this run, one of the reasons why we might not want Aphrodite, also just the close range of many of her boons. So this could be a little tricky to get good value here. Let's see which one it is. It's been a while since we've seen this guy. I would like to get rid of your friends. And I would like for you to not do that. And I'm glad that we can use attacks now. Oh, I was really hoping you were going to actually show up in the location where I summoned you. Please go after the actual boss dude. Oh, 1 second. He's still armored. Hold on. No! Once he's no longer armored, he becomes much, much easier to deal with. Please hit him once. Where'd he go? Oh, he's armored. Unarmored. We do attack slowly, but it's still quick enough
That's what you get.
to stun lock you, take you out. Let's see what we get here.
Already met with my strong-armed Hephaestus,
Mm-hmm.
The sordid thing said of the two of us. They roll right off his back. Would that my skin were half as thick as his.
Now, despite you talking about Hephaestus, I don't believe this is a duo boon, because I don't believe we have Aphrodite precedent yet. Oh, this would have been probably my preferred magic restoration option, so that kind of stinks. Deal more damage while we have lots of health. If we spend magic rate Heartthrob, this is pretty solid for us. Yeah, because we're going to spend a lot of magic very often, and it basically gives us a source of damage in close range, even when we're in the midst of our charge-up combo, and we're kind of vulnerable when we're doing that, so that's not a bad one. And now the other Chaos Boon has evolved, which gives us a ton of life. Okay, so here, this shouldn't be the penultimate room, is it? No, I think it's close to it. So... yes, we have enough money that we could do a fair bit at this shop. However, it does mean that the shop in the penultimate room we wouldn't be able to do much in, potentially. So I'm a little hesitant for that reason. We could still upgrade these guys, and this one we're hoping to rarefy, which would then suddenly make it a very good target. I'm going to go this route. Uh-oh. What just happened?
Your efforts have not gone
Oh!
unnoticed.
I know what happened. Hello there.
Welcome
Asphodel?
to the verdant meadows of Asphodel.
Verdant is not the first word I would use to describe this. Also, what is this? Reveal?
Headmistress taught me well.
Stay in the ring. Gotcha. Please go away now. No, don't do that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop creating all the explosive containers that are very hard to avoid when we're more or less stuck over here. I don't appreciate it. Stop that. Go in. Oh, somehow I didn't get hit there.
Continue at your peril.
Oh, okay, we're done. We technically didn't really need to fight them. We just needed to stay in the circle. And I didn't realize that the encounter was over because we still had that guy. Oh, I'm not sure if that would have dealt damage to us or not. Technically, he was our friend. But they do drop that when they go away. Okay, so let's see what we get here. 20 versus 50. I mean, at this point, was it a 20-point upgrade before, or was it 30? Might have been 30. This is probably the it's not going to diminish anymore. It's going to be 20 points of additional damage every time we get more upgrades on this, if we do continue to upgrade it. Although, maybe it's time to go this route. I mean, I do like that it's, even if we run out of magic, we can still use this, whereas this obviously does require magic. So, I'm still going to do this, to be honest with you. Then we head on back. And we still have this room. Oh, that's actually interesting. Because that means we're functionally getting an extra room, I think, in some ways. Oh, and the hunt is on. Okay. Continues getting interesting here. I think that's the guy I'd like to summon. Except, no, I got rid of two guys at the same time, and that is not the one that I meant to summon. I wanted the dude who spins around in circles. I meant to dash out of that, and nearly did, but not quite. Do we bonus damage to armor?
Fancy running into you again.
Okay, that gives us a little bit of extra life. One moment. Don't want to forget about this guy.
Let me help you.
Obviously, see the mini shop as well. Ooh, that's both of them. Almost messed that one up.
See you in the crossroads.
Okay. Take a quick peek here. Oh no, hold on. Okay, we need to talk to you first. Fair enough.
That massive Cyclops Polyphemus. Saw him fast asleep the other night. Then you were able to sneak up and incapacitate him, just like that. I stay far downwind of him myself.
I don't know if downwind is the direction I would go.
I'm tempted
If
to
you know
just
what I mean.
smile and nod through this one, Artemis. But my dealings with the Cyclops haven't involved much stealth. Though at least I can get past him at this point.
Most of the time.
And how do you get through the rift beyond the docks? You swim? You still like doing things the hard way. The only way.
Indeed. Alright, let's see. Piercing arrow fires toward any undamaged foe by your charged cast. Again, does that count when we do our combo? If so, that could be very nice. After you dash, your charge moves may deal critical damage for 2 seconds. I mean, yes, technically that means dashing and then doing our combo could also add some crit. However, adding additional steps to what is already a slow combo gives me a little bit of pause. Whereas we could get what is a smaller chance for crit, but it just happens on everything automatically, which is Probably more reliable. 70 damage. I mean, if this does work with our charged combo, does it only apply once, or does it apply for all of the various cast circles that it creates, which I haven't really been counting, but it looks like it's something along the lines of 4-ish, in which case, you know, it's 200, potentially 280-ish damage, but I don't know if that's actually the way that that would work. Even then, you could still make the case that just having the chance for, well, this would happen every time, whereas this is, when it crits, probably more damage than this would be, but this is obviously only going to happen 4% of the time. So, let's try it.
Together we shine.
Let's try it.
All right, I'm off.
Ooh, Selene. Did we take the Moonbeam this? No, we didn't take Moonbeam. We were saying we probably were going to use it next floor. And then the Heart would have been nice, but we got that Chaos Moon that gave us a ton of extra life, so it's not really necessary. We got way more than we would have gotten from that room anyway. Next Caron item duration will instead expire after 2 Guardians, which would be a very long time. So if we did this plus this, we'd get 10% life restoration for the entirety of this floor. Not that there's that much left on this floor, but also the entirety of the Fields of Mourning. So that would be kinda nice. It's, you know, add those two together and it's somewhat expensive. That's almost the price of a boon right there. And then alternatively, you could do this, get 10% less damage. Or, let's see, we're sitting on a little over 300 gold. I think this is going to be the room before the penultimate room. I'm not sure what the word is for that. A semi-penultimate room, maybe? So, point being, there may not be that much more time for us to get additional gold before we head into the next shop. So, it's possible we could spend aggressively here and then still benefit from almost everything at the next shop, if not everything. I think I'm going to pass. Feel like we may not need that extra defensive stuff. Hello. It is annoying, those shell dudes, these guys. They happen to be, oh, yep, blocking our attack when we do the big combo. Excuse me.
Drown in it.
That was harsh. Yeah, are we seeing the arrows? I'm seeing one arrow, I think. So, one arrow that seems to fly straight ahead. Oh, and we did just get the keepsake leveling up, so that is interesting. Should mean heroic rarity on this guy. As for you,
Behold the stars.
so at the moment, there's no duo boon. But if we get, yeah, we had to pass on Hera previously. We'd still love to see her, and it's going to be a little bit hard to get that opportunity at this stage unless we were to say, use the Hera keepsake, which I'd rather not have to do. Our raised teammates stay up indefinitely. We could afford that. Otherwise, and I think the duo boon would eventually be after this, so this would be the quickest way to get it if it does eventually show up, which I think it can happen retroactively, although this would confirm it if that were the case. And if I'm remembering correctly that it is Hera who gives this, then let's see, if we were to, we obviously wouldn't be able to go all the way over here, but raised servants deal extra damage the first time they hit, or take 20% of the damage we would have taken. These ones, we could get to either of these. Raised servants gain any after you take damage effects from your boons, basically the revenge boons they gain, which I don't know that we have any at the moment. Cast cause your raised servants to appear within the binding circle? Huh? I don't understand what the benefit of that is, or how that even works. Because you still need to press the hex button to summon them. It's not like a hex summons them in the first place. It seems like it's more so, if you have already used the hex and your necromantic ally is out there, using your cast basically teleports your ally to that cast location. So if they're just doing nothing in a corner somewhere, you can use your cast to make them more productive, which maybe at times could be helpful, but of course ideally you wouldn't need to do that at all. So, see, it also starts 80% charged if we do that. That's kind of insane, except it's kind of a weird hex to have that on because you need to kill at least one enemy before it's even possible to resurrect one. So, not great. Charges up automatically. Servants deal more damage. After using Hex, we deal more damage. Not loving it. Not loving it. It could just mean that this is not going to be as Hex-centric of a run as we had anticipated it might be. I think I am going to go the middle route. It's a little bit wishful thinking.
I walked the path.
Because it is based, at least in part, on the hope that we will see that duo boon. Can we pull this off? I feel like we might be able to, and this will be the penultimate room, I think. Let's try it.
To be unseen is to be unscathed. Can't do it.
Ooh, I did not see you at first. Please stop doing that. And yes, those terrain effects can still hit us, and those would count. Please stop that. It's not really who I wanted to summon, to be honest with you, but I guess he does have a melee attack, which is something. Nope, not what I wanted. And then I got stuck a little bit. Get him! Get him, buddy! You missed.
I proved myself this time.
We did indeed. And that means we get a free palm. Okay. Now we don't even have the option to improve the cast damage, so don't worry, I will not be tempted by that. Now I will finally upgrade Geyser Spout. Okay, so I do still think we're taking this.
Hail, boatman.
Okay. I'm wondering if Charon will have anything to say because we're using his aspect.
Death to Kronos.
Apparently not much. Okay, so we're going with these two. I think we're probably doing this first, to be honest. Lots of palms. Yeah, okay. We have reached diminishing returns, so it's only 20 damage every time. Well, we've reached the cap on the diminishing returns, so it's only 20 incremental damage every time. This is 20% extra damage. Bear in mind, once this Skillify is over, we are expecting this to get rarefied, unless something else has snuck in that I forgot about that is also common rarity. But I don't think that is the case. It's just Hex related, right? Yeah. So this will become much better. So very soon, that will be good to have that upgraded. And this is Poseidon. This could be duo.
You are the fortunate recipient of my almighty boon, which means the
Or legendary?
Kronos are in for an even bigger surprise, and not the good kind.
No, okay, that wasn't all that meaningful. Oh, okay, this is the other one that gives us the extra gold. So this would be... At this point, we would be stacking insane amounts of that stuff, and we could purchase absolutely everything. The healing is also... Extra healing is never a bad thing. Bones, okay, you know, I'm not sure how often we're going to go out of our way to do that. Otherwise, epic rarity on the attack. With the knockback as well, you know, as I was saying, it's not the main thing we're doing, but it is kind of nice to have a way to basically turn our attack into a crowd control option. It's not fast, but it might still be our fastest form of damage. Well, our dash is, and if not that, then maybe our just normal special. Okay, so yeah, I think we do this. It's a little later than it would ideally be coming, but it's still early enough to be meaningful. And now at this point, I guess, I'm not really sure this does much of anything for us, but well, I would say we might as well buy it. We're gonna save up, because I don't know if this does anything for crafting purposes. We have so many ashes already, and we can save a little bit for the super shop way down the line. There's a chance we might be able to buy just absolutely everything from that. So this should be normal Skilla. It's been a while since we've faced...
Now we're ready.
Oh?
Back to our old and smaller stage, as you can see. Just through the night, I'm sure. But our sponsor's going to come through. Put us back in the spotlight where we belong. Eventually.
All right.
Who do you even think this mysterious sponsor is, setting the location for our clash, and whether that horrid Charybdis makes a guest appearance?
Nice try, lady. You can barge onto our stage, no matter the size. You can try and take our sense of style, even our fans. But you'll never take our sponsors.
That's where we draw the line. Okay, so that does do a big burst of damage, but... Is this the normal song for this? I don't think it is. Please don't stun me. Oh, we are going to run out of magic pretty quickly for what it's worth by doing this, but we're doing it anyway. No more drums for you. Even the dash just giving us the occasional burst of 200 damage. It's kind of nice. Excuse me, please come back. Oh, don't get hit by that. That'd be silly. Oh, Skilla ran away. Sort of. Oh, we have heard this before, right? Pretty rarely at that, but we have. Down you go. I'd like to save up enough magic so we can at least use the big combo once, if not twice, at the very end when she summons all of her friends, all the fishies. Because that gets very crowded, and that is something that we, I think, would otherwise struggle a bit to deal with. Technically is damage window if we can hang out here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Really? Oh, I guess that was half health, yeah. Okay. Please stop drumming. Please stop drumming now. That's the one place not to stand. Well done, Lids. Ooh. Go away, drummer. Go away, drummer. I don't like this. This is one of the reasons why we do make a point of attacking you first, in addition to how you're generally by far the easiest one to go after. There we go. Wait, can we summon her? No way. What happened? We did summon her! There's no way! Those are ours. That's insane. Okay, I did not expect that to work. That's so ridiculous. I did not expect that. I guess that, I mean, you can't do it for Skilla, because Skilla always is forced into being the last one. It'll change who gets immune when in order to make that be the case. But we could have done it for the guitarist if we really wanted it to be the case. It does take a lot of concentration, or it's very strange not having to worry about those circles. Now, the chances that the drummer happens to hit Skilla, it's not that likely. They kind of just randomly move about. Fortunately, though, we can also just kite Skilla away from the drummer, and she's pretty much never going to take her. You know what? Maybe we will bring out the guitarist now. Get her! Roxy, no! She even has a specific line for it. Get her, Roxy! Roxy, what are you doing? Roxy? Roxy's just giving her a hug. Maybe the drummer was better. Okay, now this is the part that I was waiting for. This. There we go. Very helpful to have that as the ace up our sleeve. That I did not expect that to work. That was hilarious. Okay. We'll take that. Roxy's still hanging out there. Okay. It does seem like, for future reference, the drummer, okay, may not be perfect, but is a lot more valuable than the guitarist, because she may just stand there more or less doing nothing. At least the drummer tries. Okay, so this should be where we get the rarefication. So now this is epic rarity. Now, admittedly, I do not remember. I think this was it 60 initially? Then we upgraded it to 80 when we leveled it up. And now it's all the way up to 140. And a special on the cast, those are the things we care most about. So that is very useful. Now it gets tricky, though. Because this would be the time when we'd like to go Moonbeam if we feel like we are still trying to invest heavily in the Hex. Although, without currently any access to the Duo Boon, that's a little bit of a gamble. And assuming that I remember correctly, that it is Hera who gives that Duo Boon, then, and it is still possible for that to retroactively get added on as an option for this Hex, that would mean taking the Hera keepsake would potentially be worthwhile, but of course that would mean there's less scaling potential because we don't have a Moonbeam. So those two both have some risks. Alternatively, you could just go in a completely different direction. I kind of forgot about this, to be honest with you. Take a concave stone. That can give you some long-term benefits. Otherwise, yeah. I think we go Moonbeam. Even if we don't get the Duo Boon, we do make the Hex stronger. Might not be as strong as we would ideally like it to be. We are having a lot of luck with well-timed Chaos Gates. Is there anything else we wanted there? Remember, we can basically buy any and everything, more or less. Sure.
Fair trade.
This one is expensive enough, though, that
to firmer ground.
I'm gonna wait for the next shop. We haven't had that much time yet to benefit from our latest gold increasing boon. Really? I do hate it when this happens. We did pay for it. We should take it. But passing up on Selene, especially when we have the Moonbeam, honestly, I think you can make a very strong case that this is better to go this route. Especially because it seems like whenever you pass a Selene room, there isn't really... Like, it seems as though, basically, over the course of a run, if you are to take every single Selene opportunity that presents itself, you will have the chance to get close, if not all the way, to maxing out all the points on your Hex. However, if you skip any of those opportunities, there isn't really going to be a makeup chance later on. So you're more or less, at that point, confirming that you will never be able to take every point on the tree, or at least it kind of seems that way from what we've seen, and we have used a lot of Moonbeam thus far, so we have some experience with this. Which is why I don't love turning this down, but... Chaos! Then obviously we'd get big value out of the gold there as well. Okay. More fishies in the Chaos room.
Can't hide from me.
No, you can't.
Come on out.
There we go.
It's a Frageli.
Now here, hopefully this is worthwhile, because we passed up on a good opportunity. Ooh. Yes, taking damage when we use attacks, generally not good. But we did it before, and we were able to pull it off. Getting the bonus cast damage could be really nice. Taking damage when we use casts, not keen on that. Damn it. Okay. No matter what, we are taking damage when we use one of our abilities. I think the downside is best on this one, and the upside might be best as well. Oh. Okay, the timing is not ideal, though. The timing, probably not ideal. Which one is it? It's...
Queen Lamia returns.
Oh, I got stuck a little bit. Fortunately, you do just stand there, which does make it easier to hit you with the cast, at least. One moment. Okay. Oh, that wasn't enough to... And then I lied!
Denied.
You do not necessarily stand completely still, which really threw me off. Also, I was not expecting you to survive with a tiny sliver of health. We could, however, now do this, which... Please tell me you actually do something, and don't just stand there. Okay, except it is unbelievably confusing. I have no idea which one of those... Okay, well, I suppose... I think I know which one is our teammates, because it seems to be attacking our enemies, but I don't know definitively. She's occasionally hitting the big boss, but seemingly not doing a very good job of it. Okay. You back. Now we do this. Okay, please go away. Please stop doing that, because I need time to do this. Yeah, you're forcing us to use all of our... Oh, and I used attacks. Like a... silly Billy. Okay, so not as clean as we would have liked that to have been. Obviously, once we saw that there was a unavoidable mini-boss immediately after a Chaos Room, that was not exactly something I was all that keen on seeing. And also kind of hard to avoid taking damage with our slow combo when we had multiple projectiles that were just constantly chasing us. We do really want Magic Restoration. I don't think this is the right form for it to take. After your charge cast expires, rapidly deal damage in an area for 2 seconds. If this does work, I'm still not 100% sure if all the various charged cast related things have been applying with our combo or not, because technically we aren't using a charge cast. We're using a normal cast that is turning into a pseudo charge cast when combined with our charge special, courtesy of our aspect. But if it does work, then we have a lot of stuff along those lines. Okay, now this is a very nice room. Even the magic is not bad. You're just chilling there. Is there anything else? Remember, no attacks. No attacks. I do think there's a chance we may see Echo in the next room. So there is reason for us to go hammer last.
Show me the way.
Where's the others? There's another small option. Oh, Mini Selene, which is actually very big. I also see the fish there. Mini Selene is big, because even if it doesn't give us a lot directly, it's still, that's 46, despite being a small one, because we have so many things boosting it. It allows us to use the Moonbeam, is the big thing. We can immediately cash in the Moonbeam, because we were a little concerned about having to pass on that. And again, we're still not going to be able to get as many points as we would have otherwise gotten on our Hex. Which does kind of stink. Not sure why that guy was just doing a whole lot of nothing. Well, hello, you were not doing a whole lot of nothing, though. Nope, stop that, stop that, stop that! I don't remember who we got rid of most recently, but we could summon someone. Let's summon you. I feel like you could be decent. There we go. Okay, these guys are just a little annoying to deal with, especially when we are slow and we can't use our attack. Okay, so we do this. It only gives us 1 additional point, but we have the 5 that we had stored courtesy of the Moonbeam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get all the way to one of these ones. Big damage first time they hit, or they take 20% of the damage that we would have taken. I think I might go for this. Because, again, at least without the Duo Boon, the damage is not fantastic from our summoned pal. But if they can tank some stuff for us, we are taking a fair number of hits because it takes us a long time to use our combo. And then along the way, we're getting a little bit of damage. A little more damage for us after we've activated it. More damage from the servant, more damage from the servant. Okay. I mean, that's collectively a whole lot of damage for our new pal. And now they tank. There is a mini shop. As I said, I think it may be significant for us to take the hammer last. So I'm going to try to make a point of doing that. I feel like summoning a 1,000 punch dude could be interesting. If they have any idea how to aim, which naturally they don't. That's generally been the issue. I remember last time we took this hex. Enemies that have more complicated attacks are more likely to miss. I was assuming that since that's basically a melee attack that it would have worked, but not quite. At least not the way I would have liked it to have done. Maybe we'll fish now. Seeing a whole lot of fish on this run overall.
That dreaded lure again.
Hmm?
Victory.
I was distracted by the smoke cloud that was almost going to hit us, wondering if that was going to cause the usual effect while we were in the middle of fishing. Fortunately, still managed to get that. But yeah, this is certainly the most fish we've ever seen on a non-Tula run, at least, because Tula gives us the bonus chance of getting fish.
I'm not your
Ooh,
prey.
I don't like that. You have other friends as well? Where'd you come from? Usually, when we do get this mini-boss, it's just this mini-boss. Really? Please get rid of your armor. There we go. Oh, okay. We are, technically, I think we should have done this first, because there are some things that get better over time. Channel your charge cast faster, and your casts expire faster. We do have a bunch of things that activate from our charge cast, some of which maybe when they expire. This one. Again, assuming that the combo actually counts for real as a charge cast. How are we doing in terms of... Oh. Boons. We have 4 for water and air, so we're not that close to reaching this. This might be a reroll situation, to be honest with you. Because I don't know that this really helps us that much. If we had a bunch of things that benefited a whole lot from... Well, actually, hold on. The cast only deals damage when it expires. So, the base cast. So you actually could make a case for this. It's just that the Omega cast charge up speed does not benefit us much at all because we're not directly activating it. We're using it through the charge special. So if this were charge special goes 150% faster, I'd sign up immediately. But I think we re-roll this.
Let's see how this goes.
Same thing, but lower rarity. Better damage after beating people's block. Instances of damage per encounter 2. We're taking that, for sure. For sure. Okay. I want to make sure we have all the small rewards that we plan on getting, because otherwise those will get duplicated by Echo if we take that option. Not the hammer upgrade, and we definitely want the hammer upgrade instead. Not sure if that also counts things from the shop. But you're still... I'm not really sure what you're doing, but you're here. Ah, we can't. We might not be able to buy anything from this mini shop afterward if we see Echo in the next room, which I think very well may be one of the options. I think that actually is... Oh, nope, don't attack. Don't attack. And then I accidentally pressed it twice, so I was locking the animation, even though I had long since tried to cancel out of it, but such is the way of slow attacks on this thing. Okay. During your charged attack, you are free to use your attacks and specials. I won't lie, I saw charged attack and immediately thought, oh, we don't want that. But you can use your specials. Can we use a charged attack and a charged special at the same time? In which case, that is suddenly very interesting. Attack is plus 300 power, but the 3-strike sequence becomes only the final chop. I remember we have taken this before, and it basically means it's very slow. Big damage, but very slow, always. Attacks have plus 10 power, and you take minus 20% damage when using them. I don't like that this is only attack. We have one more reroll. Oftentimes we try to save one of the rerolls for the final floor, but I mean, if we can benefit from a big hammer upgrade for the rest of the run, that would be nice. I think it's worth rerolling. Are we allowed to reroll? No? We're not? Oh, no. We have to take one of these. Okay, I mean, it is a prophecy. We haven't taken this one yet, so we'll try it. I don't really know that it's
I think I'm finished here.
any good. Okay, we can still take this. I do see that little enemy there. Is one of these Echo? Yes. Okay. I'm going to take a quick peek here. I don't know if we can take any of these, otherwise we may be running the risk that Echo would duplicate it, in which case it's not very helpful. And I think, as I was saying last time, or the time before that, although it looks like it's 1 bonus from Echo versus 3 bonuses from this room, I think Echo only counts as 1 room, so really, it's a better trade-off than it would otherwise seem to be. You can nab that. And then...
Hello.
I think the duplicate option may be our best choice if we see it, because it would mean a double hammer, or a second hammer at least. Otherwise, if not, I mean, we'll see. Okay, the dodge is actually pretty solid. We don't get the double hammer. We do have something that is very highly leveled. It's our cast. So we would double its level, or we get max life and max magic, but we'd lose it over time. Don't love that. Prefer to go with one of these. Offense, defense. I mean, that does get up to level 8, which is gonna be, it's 20 extra damage per level. So it's going to be 80 additional damage in total. It's almost, collectively, a 50% damage upgrade on what is our most important boon. So, given how we got the damage mitigation from this, I think we can afford this. If we hadn't, then maybe you'd make the case for this one. You can still make a pretty good case for it, given how we do have to stand still a whole lot with this setup. Okay. Life. We still have a pretty good amount of life, in large part from the previous Chaos Moon. Oh, in fact... Alright, this is giving us even more cast damage. Okay, yeah, all the more reason for us to improve our cast even more. We still don't have any magic restoration. So, having more magic is a pretty big deal. Kinda lean in this way, and then we get big value on the gold as well. Just a second. What does minor finds? Just want to make sure I'm considering what is and is not affected by that. Like the gold, I think is, but the magic, palm, and health upgrades, I don't think are. So, I guess that may be another reason to go this route. I'm assuming there's, yep, some of that stuff's going on. Oh, hello.
Illuminate my path.
Ooh, several little rewards. That is nice. Okay. Curious what it's like to summon those guys. I feel like they could be half decent. Oh, yep, I see that. Get back. Surprised this guy was not paying us any attention. Okay, so now this is worth more and can potentially get duplicated. Wait, is it duplicated, or... No, they're worth more. There's another one that can potentially duplicate them. From Poseidon. This is a surprisingly big area for one that only has 2 encounters in it. Nope, don't do that. Is it still only worth 5? Yeah, okay. Even though you would think that would be a minor find, it technically is not. I didn't realize there was one there. Ooh, excuse me. You still hit me with all those projectiles. I thought that the cast was gonna basically stun you, but I guess you were armored, so I should have known better. Well, a little more life here. Didn't we pass on life by taking this room instead of the other? Well, we got a little bit to make up for that. Okay, let's do this. You. Ooh, I don't like you. I feel like you would be a good enemy to summon as well. But we're getting you out of here. That can we summon? It is. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think you're a very good option. Now, granted, it'd be nice if you hit this enemy. There we go.
That's that.
Okay. Max magic. Very nice. Hello, sir. I would love to actually hit you. Here we go. Come on. As I said, surprisingly big arena.
Come on out.
Wait, hold on. Nope. Still... Oh, no, it's not the enemy I wanted it to be anymore. Never mind. Oh, and our Chaos Boon evolved, so now we have even more cast damage. It is now absolutely ridiculous how much cast damage we have. Excuse me. Please don't do that. So now it actually would be kind of meaningful to have that, what was it? Hermes boon that we opted not to take that makes our cast expire more quickly, just so that it does activate.
I can get out now.
Almost as soon as we place it. Okay. Let's see, this might even be the penultimate room here. I think it is. Okay. At this point, we can get more than one boon, or at least more than one thing of value from the shop, so I think we will go that route, given how much money we have.
All yours,
even if that was going to be a free Hephaestus boon.
Thanks, little one.
Let's see. Well, we're paying for Hephaestus, but then we're also getting a palm slice, and then we can get a little bit of bonus bones if we would like to do this. Heartbreaker. It's the Heartthrob. I totally forgot about this, to be honest with you.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Let's see. We still don't have an attack boon. Gain life based on our magic. We do have a lot of magic, so that does equate to a fair bit of life as well. So we might go that route. Maybe 5 of the fire boons, though. I'm just realizing, I thought we were tied with water and air being the most before. Maybe I just completely ignored the fire one. Because that means we may be in the running for a fire infusion, but I don't remember who gives a fire infusion. We saw the one from Hermes that requires you to have 8 of any of them, but we're not going to be there. We may not get there ever. And obviously we're not looking at Hermes right now. So I feel like I think Hephaestus's infusion is Earth. I'm going to take this. And then I'm kind of on the fence with this one, because obviously it doesn't, it's 100. It doesn't help us on this run, but it is useful once we get back to the crossroads. Sure, it's a fair bit of gold, but hopefully we have enough to spare that we can still get super aggressive in the super shop at the very end. If we get there. Can't get too far ahead of ourselves here, because this is Cerberus.
I'll break you from your shell.
little hard to get the hex to work against Cerberus. Takes a while for him to summon any ads. Honestly, just the base cast might even be our best source of damage. Sort of. We obviously didn't take an attack move. Now it's ads phase, I think, because he's on half. Ooh, these guys are kind of nasty. But they could be good targets to revive. I don't know which one we're going to get. It is the big one. Okay, that's good. Well, don't stand there. Excuse me. Don't really want to resummon this guy, because I think we got someone else in the meantime. No. Nice. That was the dash, I think, that got him. I mean, it's a burst of 200 damage. It's something.
Fire-spewing hound of hell grows momentarily quite calm, having detected finally the princess of the dead.
Good boy, Cerberus.
You're free again, for now.
Okay, take that. Then... not sure that there's anything else here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Why do I feel like we're slower than we were before?
Downward.
Alright, so final floor.
The old service hall.
We get 3 healing from this, and by 3 I mean 111, except 111 really is just 3. Then the key thing that we had to skip, potentially, we could take it right now if we wanted to, would be the Hera keepsake, which may, and I mean may, give us a way to still get the duo hex. Otherwise, we're mostly relying on the big magic we get from, or the big burst of damage we get from the cast plus charge special, and that requires that we have a lot of magic. Don't need the healing. I'm gonna pass on this. Charge moves deal 50% more damage for 6 encounters. Ooh. I think if we were to go straight to Chronos, that might be just enough that it would still be active. If we take any optional rooms, I think it would expire just before we get to him. That may still be worth doing, especially if we do want to go into any of those more difficult side rooms, optional mini-boss fights, what have you. Having 50% extra damage for basically all of the stuff that we do. Again, depending on if the charge cast explosion from our aspect technically does count as charge cast or not. Let's do it. It's 45, which may or may not end up being a difference maker later on. Who knows? We are absolutely keeping all of these. Yeah, selling things that give us more gold over time in exchange for immediate gold. I mean, if you did this at the very end, you could maybe make the case for it. We've already gotten the flat 100 gold here. I mean, there is a chance that this one is actually worth more selling directly at this point than it would be to hold on to it. This one is worth more to sell, but you know, you get 1 gold room and it immediately pays for itself, along with, you know, all the other just basic enemies dropping gold, and it would pay for itself. So I think we probably still keep them both. The Hermes one, you actually may be able to crunch some numbers and potentially find that selling it might be a little more optimal. Also depends on if we find things like golden urns along the way, like this. That's worth more than it would have otherwise been worth.
It worked.
Alright. Let us proceed.
This place was once my tomb. Shall we go?
This is the Titan's fault.
Boom. Also blue. Please don't do that. There we go. The terrain kill is ultimately what did it. Alright, I mean, it works too. Golden urns hiding there. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, clearly we're gonna go to Hades. Now this does not count as an encounter, so because there are no enemies in it. That means don't need to worry about this deactivating the item for the Kronos fight, but there may still be something later on that will.
Go for it, Golly. Nicely done.
One moment. While I break everything in this room first. Don't see any gold there now. Okay.
What news of Typhon recently, daughter? Zeus used to boast of how he vanquished that monstrosity alone. Now I imagine more of a concerted effort is required.
I mean, in a way, but we did mostly take him down by ourselves. I mean, sure, with the assistance of a whole bunch of gods and goddesses along the way.
Father, if you bear some grudge with Uncle Zeus, that's only to the benefit of all our enemies. Typhon yet threatens the mountaintop. He can be driven back, but never for long.
We buried him under a mountain once. No ordinary show of strength, for other methods failed. And I trust my brother has some sort of plan. He never lacked for those.
Well, we shall see. We did recently, of course, get the new incantation that will eventually allow us to, hopefully, permanently defeat Typhon. In our confrontation with Kronos, he takes a burst of damage after the first 3 seconds, which reduces his life by 20%. I don't remember ever having seen this before. Dash strikes surrounding foes. The punishing sweep that inflicts scorn. Afflicted foes take plus 30% attack and special damage for 10 seconds. I mean, the attack damage part, not a huge deal. Taking extra damage from special, pretty nice. If that were cast, that'd be huge. Create the soul urns. I think we took this last time we saw Hades. I feel like that could be very good with our setup, because we are spending a bunch of magic, and we are using very large area of effect skills that will destroy those urns almost immediately. Although this does intrigue me. I mean, the downside is that the first 20% of his health is the least meaningful, because he's in his first phase, so he's only doing single attacks, none of the double or triple attacks, and obviously he isn't in the totally different phase where he has all the other arena effects going on as well. So if this were the last 20% of his life, that'd be way better. I feel like we might still want this. I also would kind of like to get a form of magic restoration, because for a long Kronos fight, having no form of that is a little bit concerning.
Cerberus, take care of him, okay?
Huh? You won't at least let me try? The pet Cerberus?
The rosy-headed monster keeps his fury well in check, beside the rightful underworld king.
Okay.
Crushing every time. That wasn't enough to get them all together. Okay, I guess we'll summon you. Oh no, not the Rat King. Get rid of the Rat King. Get out of here, Rat Man. You are not welcome. Oh, never mind. The cast wasn't active anymore. And thank you, Golly, I guess. Oh my god, never mind. That was one projectile. I didn't even realize you could throw 3. Oh, it's because you're the armored version. Okay. Yeah, I just ate all of them. One nice thing is that if you just hang out in there thinking you're going to block, the cast will eventually take you out. Oh, hello. You do look a little out of the ordinary.
Let me show you the way.
Oh, that's a ton. Wow. So these are going to go lightning fast. There we go. Okay. This, we certainly do not have that amount of fear this time around. Okay, so this is what we were saying might end up happening. If we want to go mini-boss, that means I don't think the shop bonus here is going to be active for Kronos, and that's 50% damage is a lot. So that is actually pretty significant. You could look at it as, what are we going to get? Are we going to get more than 50% bonus damage from this room? Probably not. Now, on the other hand, if we do take this one, that means there's no downside, at least from a shop bonus standpoint, there's no downside to going into other optional rooms. So maybe this alone doesn't make up for the 50% damage we lose. But if we then later see a super palm room or a super money room, then we feel better about going into that. So I'm kind of tempted, actually. See which one it is. Okay, I think Super Ratman is easier than the other one. For what it's worth. Especially if we absolutely bully him like this. Especially if we absolutely bully him.
Stench.
He deserved it.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, we still do not have an attack boon, which hasn't been an issue thus far. Oh, let's see. Charge moves make you briefly restore magic. Repeatable after 8 seconds. Might not be bad. This is the other one that we would have really liked to have seen earlier on. It's too late to get much value from it. I mean, if we go absolutely crazy in a super shop, we might be able to do it. But I think we might have to take the opportunity to get magic restoration now. And we have taken this before. Basically, I think what that means is charge moves make you briefly restore. Forget. I mean, that makes it sound almost as if you can restore any and all magic that you use, and that is not the case. It's not that good. Okay, well, this is exactly the situation that I was predicting might end up happening. Yes, that is a triple palm room, and now we have very good reason to go into that triple palm room in all likelihood. I'm potential golden urns, but I don't see any, so let's go here. Please go away. Oh, and there are the urns as well. Okay, I don't like you guys, as we've established.
One remains.
Just one? Okay, well, don't mind me as I do this. Okay, you didn't really help that much, if I'm being honest, but that was pretty quick and painless. So we do like that. That is a pretty dramatic cooldown improvement on the dash damage. I think this might actually be the best option. That is good too, don't get me wrong, as could be this, but I still don't really understand if these are working the way we want them to be working. If they are, then okay, absolutely go for it. But I don't know. Oh, and you could also do the math. That's almost doubling the damage of this, whereas it's a lot less than double in this case. So maybe we try that one out.
3 chambers still to go.
Okay, well, we have committed to not having the charge, or not having the shop bonus. And hopefully at this point, the various bonuses we've gotten have made that worthwhile, as we are definitely going in here in order to get the crazy gold return. These seem like probably the worst enemies to summon with a Hex. However, they are very good targets for that combo. So I do like that. That looks like a... Ooh, excuse me. Looks like someone who we may be able to compel. We're still not done. Ooh. Sneak. You know what? I think you weren't the last... No, you were the last. Okay. You just had to do your whole exploding animation thing. Okay. That almost doubled the amount of gold we had. And then we have another optional room. You're not compellable? Darn. Okay, so yeah, I think by accepting that we weren't going to have the bonus damage for the final fight. We hopefully will have net benefited from that, because it has allowed us to sail pretty smoothly through these places, and we've gotten a lot of rewards from doing that. This, of course, now becomes a very dangerous room, as we get a little more gold. For other golden urns. Okay, so heat-seeking hearts, circles on the ground that deal damage, I think. They apply... I thought we took this, or we made Apollo mad somewhat recently. I thought we were kind of surprised by how quickly those activated. So maybe we take Apollo and make Aphrodite mad. Wisely decided that. Ooh, your charge attack and charge special fire 2 times, but use more magic. We still don't have an attack boon. Charge special we are using. And if that means that the combo happens twice, that's insane. Of course, if this were charge special and charged attack, unbelievable. I mean, we're still taking it, don't get me wrong. I just wish it was also charge cast.
Try as I might, I just can't help but feel the sting of being spurned. And I don't like it, not a little bit. So now I have to sting you back.
Okay.
Don't hate me, Aphrodite. I need to
immediately summon, so I will.
Oh, golly.
That's unfortunate, guy. There's some block there. Oh, and that was... Oh my god, they're just bullying me! Oh, it's just abysmal execution. Resummon? I'm not really sure that benefits us all that much, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, we shouldn't have taken any damage in that room. We did take an unfortunate amount. Hopefully we can still heal a bit.
Oh, let's make up. What do you say, gorgeous? With everything that has been going on of late, I think we've all been a little bit on edge.
I think that legendary boon definitely was a big deal. That was a really good pickup. The first time we used it, we got a lot of value out of it. Didn't really get as... wasn't paying as close attention to it on the subsequent occasions. But the fact that we can still basically immediately delete every enemy in a room, even in Tartarus, is a pretty good sign, I think. Okay, we could get this attack boon, which for any other run, our eyes would be lighting up at the sight of this. 120% damage. Problem is it's close range, which we're not really sure works on this occasion. This, when we have already a pretty sizable amount of magic and life, is nice. I mean, we'd like for that to be a higher rarity, to be honest. Otherwise, 9% bonus damage. I think we are pretty close to 80% life, at least if we heal walking into a couple more rooms, we should be there. But in general, not a huge fan of this one. I mean, at best, it's 18% damage. I just don't think against Kronos we're going to be on high life all that often. But I'd rather take this, or... this might just be almost never active for this attack. This weapon. I'm a little bit considering a reroll here. Obviously, we could save it for the super shop. I almost said mini shop. No, it's a super shop. But we don't know definitively what we're going to see there. I guess the super shop, though, if it does have a boon, which usually it has at least one, sometimes multiple, typically there is at least one that is a higher cost and higher rarity. So re-rolling that has a greater chance of giving us really good stuff. Obviously, we do see some epic rarity ones here, but if we re-roll, that's not a given that we'll see them again. So I wish this was higher rarity, but we'll take it nonetheless. Saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh, is that our enemy? Okay, we still have a lot of rooms remaining, and we are definitely taking this. Okay, didn't even see the enemies, and yet we hit them. Oh, this would have been a room with a bazillion of these guys. Oh, and one of their projectiles still managed to hit us. Because, yep, they do go everywhere. Yep, it's one of those guys. Oh, and I got frozen. Okay. Again, we got hit. Or did we technically block it? We might have blocked it. so than we used to block. But in return, we get a full Selene, which now with 5 points means 1, 2, 3, 4. That's unfortunate. Can't quite get up here for the big burst of damage first time an enemy hits. But we could go cast cause. Oh, right, we saw this and still don't really get what the idea is behind it. What's this one do? Raise servants, gain any revenge damage stuff. I don't know that we have any revenge damage boons right now, and we could try to make a point of doing that, but I think we might just be taking the basic stuff here, working our way over such that if we do see Selene show up in the shop, then we can get this, we can get that. Let's see. Charges up more quickly, that's not that important for this one. Servants deal more damage. We deal more damage after we use it in the encounter. Just want to see. Yeah, like it's a little tempting to go through here just to get that. But we get it here as well, and we get it here. Okay, so how? That's a lot of extra damage after using the Hex. Yeah, we do 25% bonus damage once we use the Hex. And Chronos actually does usually have some enemies, some adds immediately. They may not necessarily be the best recipients of the Hex, but still, it's usable, which means, oh my goodness, which means you can get the bonus going right off the bat. Do you see how many of these enemies there are right now? Okay, oh dear, that's not a great place to be stuck. Oh, and then I tried dashing, except I was dashing into the wall, which also didn't help. I mean, make no mistake, really helpful to be able to clear out as many of these guys as we did, as quickly as we did. But still did get stuck in a corner, frozen, and one of these guys was able to hit us with a whole bunch of the attacks for that reason, which does kind of stink. Okay, we did a whole bunch of optional rooms. Now the game is just taking us straight on ahead. Oh, I walked straight into that. I was going to say, though, the fact that that one was there, the armor on it and all, gave the suggestion this might be a room very similar to the one that we just found ourselves in. Saw that one coming. Wasn't quick enough to get out of the way, though. Guess we'll do this. Oh no. Ratman! Get out of here, Ratman! Oh no! There's a lot more than just the Ratman. This room is insane. Nope. Run. Still have a teammate? I don't know. Summon someone. It also does make it really hard to know which of those projectiles are ours and which ones are theirs, but we're done. Again, we took a little bit of damage, and again, we don't have any alternative routes here. Don't see anything else, I don't think, so we're just heading on through Mini Shop.
Enough of that.
Give us one of those guys. Nice. Excuse me. This again, then I'm gonna do this. Hopefully quickly enough to get rid of the guys who are trying to run around us. Oh, nope, wrong attack. One moment. No, don't do that. Had to do this first. Again, just taking little hits here and there, which is a little annoying, because those started to add up to the point where we did take some damage. I don't know if this is the right move now at this stage. I know we did get one previously. It's a little late for that. And it's a little late for that. Are you serious? Come on, man. I mean, that would have been, what, our 4th Chaos Gate? Actually curious how this would work. I don't even know if it can show up. Because the next room is the Super Shop. Would it show up in the Super Shop? Because then that means we'd sort of be skipping the Hades, or not Hades, the Chronos encounters. I don't even think it would show up. I'm surprised that this can even appear. as a mini shop upgrade in that case, or to technically have the entrance to the Kronos Arena both in the super shop and also, if you pass on that, in the Chaos Room as well. I don't know. That's a weird one. We will take this. Not that expensive, and the special damage is certainly nice. It's not as good as the other shop upgrade that we got previously, but we'll take it. I think I am going to pass on that. And then... yeah, I think we are ready. So yeah, not quite on as much life as we'd like to be at this stage. We took some damage, but we could get the healing there. And with over 2,000 gold, I admittedly have not done all the math, but that's what, 700? Yeah, we can buy everything, can't we? Okay, so we get this, and we potentially re-roll it, because this is the high rarity option. Let's go you first.
Olympus, I accept this
It's a Charon card as well. We should get multiple here. Okay, so we don't have an attack boon. So there is a case to be made for taking this, and the extra area of effect on what is already a large area of effect attack is nice. Otherwise, we get a revenge boon. We did not take the hex upgrade that gives our summoned minion the revenge damage boon, right? So this doesn't have bonus value there. Deal more damage until we take damage. If we haven't taken any for 15 seconds, we regain it. I mean, maybe there will be times in this upcoming fight when that'll be active, but not sure that'll be the case all that often. So it could be this. It seems good because it's high rarity and we don't have an attack boon yet. On the other hand, we don't really plan on using many attacks, so we could try re-rolling. I will.
Infinite possibility.
Because whenever we create heartthrobs, we create 2 more, and we do create heartthrobs when we spend... what is it? 40 magic, which we are going to do a lot. So I think this is very good. And we haven't taken it yet. So for prophecy purposes, it's also useful. So worthwhile, I think. And do this.
On my authority.
Could get the attack boon, or charge moves, all of them. Also launch a wide wave ahead that knocks foes away but uses more magic. If we claim... oh. I mean, even if we were to have taken this first, we'd have a 35% chance of it proccing once. So, if we got this in one of the first rooms, it would have been incredible, but it's, you know, too late as the... certainly as the last, but even as the second to last. So this is tempting. And maybe we just pass on attack boons altogether. I'm wondering if this has the potential to knock enemies out of the area of effect of some of our abilities, but then again, we've so many area of effects in total that maybe that's not an issue. It does use more magic, and that is still a bit of a concern, because in a long Kronos fight, we do have a magic restoration boon, yes, but we may still find ourselves running out of magic, which would be a bit of an issue. But let's try it. Okay, so now we can do this. And we can do that. So we're back at full life. And doesn't matter that we had to buy one of those, because we can still buy this. And that's another Charon card. So that's very useful. Not really sure we needed that crafting resource all that much. But more or less the perfect amount of money for that. I was wondering if...
may moonlight guide us.
Using the Charon aspect on our axe and running into Charon would have led to us unlocking a hidden aspect, but that does not yet appear to be the case. I don't know, like, is it worth gifting him one of our 2 nectars? So we've been trying to use these on Odysseus and Dora. However, I think it may be that both of them, for the next round, need one of the more unusual, special, rarer resources. Some of these guys. So maybe we actually can afford to do this. I mean, it feels unlikely that Charon would only give us a new hidden aspect if we gift nectar to him while using his aspect, but why not? We have the opportunity. Let's give it a try. In the name of science. Oh.
Indeed, Lord Charon. May we soon restore the old customs between our families and bring about a new eon of prosperity.
No, he just liked it. Fair enough. And I suppose Charon we do see fairly often. He may not... Well, he is sometimes in the Crossroads, but you're seeing him basically every run. Basically guaranteed. So unlike some of the gods and goddesses who, if you're trying to gift a whole bunch of nectars to them, you might have a run or two where that isn't even an option. So okay, here we go into the Kronos fight. Obviously, no attack boon, so that's not going to be the centerpiece, but we do know the cast plus charge special, that's the big thing. We did technically upgrade it a little bit in this super shop. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we have the heart throbs, which are now more effective. But, oh, and we have this that we picked up as well, which is a little bit helpful. Okay. Giving it a shot. It would be our first ever successful axe run of any variety. So fingers crossed. Those are the guys who spawn in at the very beginning who we may be able to summon quickly with our hex.
You have now seen something of this world. Consider what the gods have wrought. War, famine, betrayal. During my golden age, there were no such concerns. It was a tranquil time. Until the gods decided to wrest control forcibly.
Do we know that, though? I actually don't know how peaceful and how good times were when Kronos was in command, because, you know, call me a skeptic, but I'm a little hesitant to take his word on this one.
Perhaps your rule was not as perfect as you claim.
Right.
Perhaps you were a stifling presence on your children and their generation, leaving them with little choice but to rid themselves of you.
And thus presents itself this golden opportunity to teach my children and their generation a most valuable lesson about having to live with the consequences of their actions.
Alright. I'd say the biggest problem we have is that when we don't have magic, or we don't have the opportunity to do our big combo, what happens then? Oh, I didn't even see he was doing that. That would have been a window. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get rid of these guys. And then he, of course, summoned more right as I said that. What's he doing? Remember when I said there may be ads at the beginning, but they may not be the most useful? Yeah, that does appear to be the case. Ooh, excuse me. He does have a ranged attack. Honestly, I did not realize. Okay. Kind of just the moment. Letting him hang out in the cast. Occasionally. Not all the time, though. He's not cooperating now. It is unfortunate. I should be more aggressive, of course. This would be a very good window. That's... The damage, the burst damage is insane. Don't get me wrong. Okay, resummon this guy because... Oh, I sort of walked into that. I did. Ooh, that was close. What are you doing? Oh, that. That's why that looks a bit unfamiliar. Okay, you can do multiple attacks now. Yep, 2, 3. We phased you pretty quickly. I mean, well, we just stood around doing more or less nothing for a little while. But then, oh, that was bad to waste a resistance on that. Once we actually started attacking you, oh, you're doing this again, which I should have been in a better spot for. That did not hit us somehow. 2, 3. Oh no, I meant to drop the cast, and that was a miss. 1, 2, 3. Also, kind of trying to get rid of these things because they are sort of annoying. Ooh, okay. He is getting instances of, he's getting a shield basically anytime he walks into one of those. Which, on occasions such as this, deliberately not going to use our charge combo there because he was going to tank the big burst. At least part of the big burst, which kind of defeat the whole purpose, so that's not a good place to be stuck. Fortunately, he didn't do anything at all to punish us. Might prefer having one of those guys as our, oops, summon. There is always the risk that it's just going to whiff, but the other guy wasn't exactly inspiring a lot of confidence either. But there we go. The summon got him at least out of this phase. Okay. Going here. Summon you. Get him. Oh, that was bad. Man, I always mess this one up. I don't understand how this one works. You don't do that. That was a Death Defiance as well. Fortunately, we can do absolutely ridiculous damage to him like that. Okay, big block hands are out. Those hurt. They hit very hard. Ooh, okay. It's not very close to that. Sure, resummoning it makes all that much of a difference. Oh, those guys do heal. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, also don't stand there. Ow. Oh, that's ours. Okay. Does it heal us when we summon them, in that case? Because that would be nice. What are you doing? You're doing this again. Oh, no, you're doing this. Never mind. Very different. Yeah, it is healing us. At least I think. But that was also not the way we want to use that. What am I supposed to do in this situation? Heal us. Maybe. Possibly. 1, 2, 3. You are healing us now. Very slowly. Oh, hold on. Oh, I walked straight into that. But so did he. Fortunately for me. With that, not anymore, you aren't. Oh, you might be in that one, though. You know what? I missed! There we go. Big combo. Was big, for sure. We just whiffed a few times.
To be sure, but you accomplish not.
And there weren't always great opportunities to use it. For the most part, I mean, the damage was big enough, we probably could have just ignored taking damage, just accepted the fact we were going to get hit a few times and just take him down really quickly. But that is our first successful run with the axe. Now, of course, we did make it a zero fear run, but I mean, we hadn't done anything with the axe before. So, I mean, whatever it takes, mission accomplished. That's all we were looking for, and this aspect, I think it lived up to what we were hoping for, right? Big burst of damage to clear out rooms quickly, even if it was slow to get that combo going. If you do truly take out almost everything with that combo, then you kind of live with the results, even if you do get a little knock every once in a while. And so it worked out.
How is this possible?
And the hope is that now, what with that meaning that we've succeeded with every weapon at least once, that maybe... For my brother, she says. Oh. Maybe this now means that's going to progress the plot in some new way. Oh? Huh? Oh, I did not even see that. Okay. Curious what this is. We had a fishing spot here before? I don't know if we have. Go. We gotten one of those before? I mean, that's... I don't know how many fish that is over the course of this run, but it's a lot. Including at least one, if not two, from Chaos Rooms, and this one as well, which I imagine is going to be worth a fair bit. So even though we didn't get the bonus bones weapon, we also got bones as a room reward at least once or twice. So I think we're going to get a decent return in that way. Nothing here? Alright, I suppose we just proceed.
Time, perhaps, cannot be stopped. And yet with patience, time can be withstood. What do you say we try withstanding for a while?
Ow! Return to Shadow? Now!
Alright. Mission accomplished indeed. Artemis? Oh, you can just barely hear her singing, even from here. But it was just weird. We have seen Artemis here before, but rare that we hear mention of her immediately. So it makes me wonder if maybe she's going to have something important to say to us.
I suppose you'd not have liked it, living in that house instead of here.
Interesting point. Yeah, I mean, we potentially probably could have increased the fear on that run, but again, I wanted to play it safe since we had not made any successful runs with the axe before. Okay, I'm curious. You are looking for this, right? Not a normal nectar. So you know what? I think we do it. Should we chat with her first? Nah, let's do this first.
Hey, if you're not busy, up for a little visit with me to the riverside? I've got a twin lure we could use right here.
Don't know that I'll be doing you much good, between my inability to use a rod of fishing and my inability to keep quiet, but hey, you asked for it.
The River of Lamentation. Nothing but a bunch of sad stuff floating around in there. Sure you wouldn't rather leave it be?
I mean, that is actually a pretty interesting point. Hey, let's go bond by going to fish together at the fishing pier. Oh yeah, cool. No, actually, I haven't heard of that fishing pier. Do you mind telling me where it is? Oh yeah, no, of course. It's right on the River of Lamentation. Yeah. Doesn't exactly sound like a good time.
Whatever's wallowing in there is going to stay put, unless it's finally decided it's had enough. For any such souls, we'll be doing them a favor, I think.
Not like we owe them, and not like they'll do us any favors back. And if all they can do now is feel sad for themselves at the bottom of a mucky river, fishing them out might not do them any good anyway.
Oh no.
We're not fishing them out, really. It's more like we're giving them an opportunity to escape their circumstances. It's a bit different from the mortal way of fishing in that sense.
Yeah, no, that's actually extremely grim. It's extremely dark. We're not fishing for fish. We're fishing souls out from the river? Tortured souls? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that.
And if they don't like it any better up here, that's on them.
Seems like an awful lot of trouble for some weird fish.
Another fishing opportunity, more or less in the same run.
Anytime now?
This is our second time in the fishing pier. I think I messed this up the first time. There we go.
It's a soul belly.
Huh, you tricked a fish. Well, that definitely was a thing that happened. Thanks.
Thanks, Dora.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Alright. And that means our relationship is getting stronger with Dora. We're getting there. Can we make anything else interesting happen here, though? Moros? Might he have the key?
If you don't mind me asking, Princess, have you ever died before?
That is
Not in the mortal
odd
sense,
question.
it's just you seem to have exceptional tenacity in moments most gods couldn't endure.
But you know, he does kind of have a point. The whole premise of this game is generally that we go out, die, air quotes, as we are technically a goddess ourselves, and come back.
I cannot afford to lose my grip on consciousness out there. Headmistress taught me always to return to shadows with my final bit of strength. I learned the hard way, but I learned.
That's interesting. The whole return to shadow thing was technically learned.
It shows. Remarkable to have met someone equally as comfortable with death as well as life. I practically see it in your eyes.
Alright, Moros. Cool down. Take it easy now.
It's not a big concern. Let me
Alright.
see.
I'm surprised, actually, that there isn't a prophecy for finishing a run with all the weapons. Maybe you have to do it both in the underworld and on the surface. Not sure. Let's see what you have to say.
In the wild wood, sheltered by the dark, the silver sisters wait. The moon marks her passage.
Sister Artemis, I really have to talk to you about something of the utmost importance right now.
Oh, okay. This sounds like it could be important.
Nice try, Sister Malinui, but I won't break that easily. Not here. Now, are you going to join in or not?
Step ahead of you. Oh? Huh? That's strange. Did seem like we were about to have a very important conversation, and I'm not sure why Artemis was so averse to having that conversation. So,
Take it away.
read into that however you will. Oh, the shades got sad when we walked away. Okay, nothing else to do here. Obviously, we just took Dora there.
Oh, hey.
Anything here? No, it usually isn't.
Commendable result.
Okay, maybe Hecate has something to say. Now, we did
It's possible.
basically get all the stuff that we could last time round. Oh, this would be so useful, because one of the reasons why we haven't taken Nectar much in the past is because it hasn't given us any rewards for the current run. So, it would be useful to have the Nectar to get this upgrade. Of course, it requires a lot in order to benefit going forward from Nectar, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it makes sense. So, yeah, we would want to do that, and probably we'll try to purchase some Nectar from the broker to make that a little bit easier. Yes, we can make one this way, but I'd rather not use our golden apples to do that, because golden apples you can only get from defeating Eris, and that has not always been the easiest thing for us to do. And we've spent some of our nectars on these morsels as well. It's another reason why we don't have a ton of them. What does Hecate have to say?
The shades about this place are all abuzz in their support of you, you know. You have a gift for leaving an impression on them, and for compelling more of them to join with us.
I mean, we have compelled a whole bunch of shades, to the point where I now wonder if there's much of anything to be gained from doing so.
They were just people once, or other living beings. All they ever needed was something to believe in death as well as life. And a way out of Erebus.
Well, they're sworn to you, that much is clear to me. I'd purge them all if I had any doubt. Perhaps they think they'll find a cushy spot within Elysium once all is said and done.
I just want a nice place to call home, okay?
I think it's more than that.
Or not.
You're here, Lord Charon.
Oh? Hello? Will he talk with us after the run that we used the aspect of Charon on?
Oh, if only.
Aspect of Charon, not Charon. Don't worry, he's not Charon.
New shipment there.
Oh? Nightmare. Very useful. And we have enough to get another one of those, so I think we ought to, because this is definitely the most valuable resource for us right now. At least of those various options. And here, hold on. Let's see, once we sell all of our fishies, how much that's worth, because I think it could be quite a bit.
Freshly caught.
Wait, and that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of which came from that outing with Dora. But so 6 during the run itself. 7 in total. That's insane. And that does mean we could afford... Hold on. We could afford a nightmare and also one of those nectars, which, as we were saying, we could kind of use. Getting a few more of those. I don't love using bones to buy them when it feels like nightmare is a more meaningful way to spend that monies. Might just check first what we need to progress our relationship with Odysseus next, because if it is bath salts, we might want to purchase that now, and might just fall a little bit short if it's one of these other things. We know it's not going to be Ambrosia, because we did that last time, and that is, wow, far more expensive than the other ones. I did not realize that. Okay.
Hey.
Hello?
Could have been topside right now, bringing down what's rightfully deserved.
And, I mean, we were bringing down what's rightfully deserved in the underworld. Always find something to complain about.
really using that Lapras, goddess? Double-bladed axe thing.
Indeed.
I mean, no offense, but isn't it a little much? Not even Ajax could have wielded that.
Oh. Ajax being a Trojan War hero who fought alongside Odysseus.
Weren't you the one who taught me to improvise, Odysseus? I'll use whatever means at my disposal. Who is Ajax?
And we may get that explanation now.
Who is Ajax? Only the biggest lad I've ever met. Who's Ajax? But I forget myself, for he didn't have the strength of Hades flowing through him. Or maybe it's your own. Good hunting.
All right. We are not allowed to gift. Not enough time this night to invite Odysseus for an outing. What does that mean? Don't think we've ever seen that before. That is curious. Huh? What's that all about?
There.
We'll harvest that stuff. Get some bonus stuff in return. Plant some of those things. Sure. Now I'm wondering why that was the message we got.
Plenty of room to grow.
I mean, technically we would stand to benefit from getting one more thing. What is that? Oh, I was looking at what seemed to be a cat at the side of the pool there, but it wasn't Tula. Two cats, potentially, even. Okay, so of course the main purpose of that run was so that we could check off, as you see here, the number of knights prevailed with a weapon. We now have at least one, should be, with every weapon. That was our first with the axe. We've only one with the torches. That's the other weapon that it feels like we've kind of not been using very much of as of late, because we never really found an aspect that we liked with it. Obviously, the blades we've used a lot, as I've said many times before. That is my favorite, or if not, probably my second favorite, depending on the aspect. And that's 5. Staff we haven't used that much as of late, but we have succeeded twice with that. I do like the black coat quite a bit as well. We've done 3 successful runs with that, and then with the right aspect, I'm also a big fan of the skull as well, and that has 4 runs, so... Okay. Just curious what, if anything... Maybe I was wrong, and there's nothing to be gained from having a successful run with every weapon, but I felt like that was going to be the case. Maybe Skelly has something to say about it.
You're eager to get out there and start dishing out some good old-fashioned punishment, young one. Well, then you need not stop for me. Just go.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't feel right to rush through these crossroads without so much as a word. Besides, you surely have some vital wisdom to impart.
Exactly.
That I do, and it is this. Even if you see a sign over my head or anybody's that's like, come here, talk to me. Remember, no need to chat if you're not in a conversating mood, okay?
Just ignore anybody I don't want to talk to then.
Yeah, who needs them?
Who needs them? I mean, it is technically optional, of course.
Greetings, and heed well the commander.
Okay. Huh. So I will admit, I expected for a little more to happen there. Though I don't know what to make of... Hold on. Not Olympians. The rest? Or is it the unseen here? This just seems so strange. Yeah. Because it says for other people they would welcome an offering. But for Odysseus, it says there's not enough time. Only Odysseus. So what's the deal with... Oh, I think I know. It's because he wants to go on an outing, whether that be to the fishing pier or the baths or whatever it is. And I'm guessing we are not allowed to do that twice in the same night because we already did that with Dora. That's what I think is stopping us from doing anything with Odysseus tonight. Because Otherwise, I was thinking like, oh, is some big plot-related thing about to happen? A cutscene is about to begin as soon as we step into the next room or talk to our next NPC, and that's the reason why it's not gonna let us do anything else until then? But no, I think it's much more minor than that. So, as I said, I was hopeful that we were gonna get some other major plot progression from having now defeated at least one of the two bosses with each of the weapons, or if not that, at least get a prophecy done, although it doesn't seem like we had anything like that happen this time. Maybe there's something more subtle happening behind the scenes that we did still progress. Of course, we still got a successful run, still got one of the Zodiac Sands, which may or may not persist through the full release. We'll see. But either way, we'll take it. A successful run, first time ever with that weapon, and I do like that aspect, at least more so than I like the aspect of Malanubi. Next time, we could try amping up the fear and doing the rival fights of Kronos or Typhon, so that is an option, or we could start the Chaos Trials. But thank you all for watching. Either way, we'll catch you next time.